Quick shout out to the sponsor of this video, Boingvert. Boingvert is the best-selling jumping program for athletes in the world with over 500,000 users. On average, users have gained 10.3 inches on their jump, there's no weights necessary, and the program can be done right at home with 24/7 customer service. If you're interested, the link to the program will be both in the comment section and in the description, and be sure to use my promo code DOM2K for 20% off of your purchase. Do we talk enough about how much we love Kawhi Leonard? One of my tweets while that masterful performance was going on last night was talking about how he didn't think Kawhi Leonard was going to be as appreciated as he should be once he retires, and that's probably because he's, well, I don't know, people seem to know how good he is now. I don't know if he's underappreciated now, but because he's not your typical superstar, he's not beating on his chest, he doesn't give scathing interviews, he really doesn't give us many sound bites to go off of, other than the laughs, that's about it. Yeah, so it is entirely possible that many years down the road, NBA history just may gloss over him. Now, in my case, my children are only going to be learning the game of basketball by watching Kawhi Leonard because this guy has to be the most technical basketball player, or one of the most technical basketball players of all time. Not in a fancy way, but it's that when I watch him play, I'm imagining that all he sees in front of him are numbers, just ones and zeros like a computer, because he plays on one track. He goes exactly where he wants to, pretty much regardless of who's defending him, and he just does things within his game. So anyways, we're not going to speak in a whole bunch of vague terms and just praise him for 10 minutes or whatever. I actually want to go through that performance last night and just show you why we, or at least I, love Kawhi Leonard so much. I love watching him play basketball so much. Part of it was the Sixers' trash defense. That's really what kind of led to their demise last night, but I've watched enough Leonard to know that he is capable of this pretty much regardless of who's defending him. This guy just does this. Alright, so we're not going to go through every basket, but just look at how easy this is. This is off the Embiid miss. He grabs a rebound, just runs in a very straight line, and watch how he gets exactly where he wants. Little hezzy dribble, pull up. Oh, that's so beautiful. That's just textbook. That is textbook beauty. This entire play was just very simple dribbles to one spot. And this is why I said it's partly the Sixers' trash defense, because they let him be this comfortable the entire night. He got Tobias Harris all the way down into the paint, and I tweeted this the other night. I said, once you allow Kawhi Leonard to just kind of walk across the lane or walk towards the lane and then get into that extra high release, the play is as good as over. This is another very simple play. Handoff from Danny Green. Gonna take the screen from Gasol. Look at that. Now again, Sixers defense bad, but Kawhi Leonard playing within his game, getting to his spot so easily. This is just taking what the defense gives you. Joel Embiid was really sagging back into the paint trying to wait for Jimmy Butler to recover. They really just gave him a wide open shot here. Kawhi Leonard will make this 10 times out of 10. Now this play is more where I say Kawhi can do this against defense or no defense, because this was actually a pretty tough play to make. Look at this. So he's sizing Jimmy Butler up, gets the Danny Green screen. He actually got bumped right there and then pulled up off the bump, and it was contested. This is why, this is one of the main reasons I love Leonard right here. So you saw the first two plays where he's just allowed to get to his spot. Then this play, it may have even been a foul. This actually by JJ Redick right there. I've seen the ref call foul for less contact than that, but he literally pulled up off the bump, gathered his body off the bump, and Jimmy Butler was there. That was a contest. That's why I say, yeah, the Sixers had trash defense, but Kawhi is also just Kawhi. This is where you start to feel like you're watching Jordan. I know Popovich said he reminds him of Jordan because it's the patience in the mid-range. Look at this. Just a couple size up and triple threat splash. Oh my goodness. Again, Kawhi just being Kawhi. That wasn't even bad defense. Kawhi was just hitting him with a triple threat, a couple of swipe throughs and pump fakes. You know, a couple of years ago when Popovich said this thing about Kawhi Leonard reminds him of Jordan, obviously it was because of the elite two-way play, but some of the things he does on the court in the mid-range, watch him. Jordan did very simple things like this as well, especially the fadeaways. But again, going back to Kawhi, another reason I love him is because he is multi-dimensional. He doesn't have all the emotions, so you just might not notice it as much, but he has really good handles, but then he can also just do this. This is a very simple yet effective thing that if you can master it, you become elite like Kawhi. This next play is just beauty, and it falls right under the category of just getting to your spot. So he's already got Tobias Harris, mid post really. Look at that, couple jab steps, dribbles, gets right to his spot. Boban shows, look at this, working in the post, that fadeaway. The play is over. Oh my goodness, that is tear-jerkingly beautiful. You know, the thing about this and why the Raptors have been so good is because you might not want to let Kawhi get this comfortable, but then again, look where he is on the floor and look who's around him. Lowry's there, Gasol is on the 3, which is why when he got traded to Toronto, I was like, wow, that is huge. Ibaka can knock down a shot sometimes, but Gasol, you really don't want him open out there. But then you've also got Danny Green and Siakam. So Tobias Harris is, he's really in the torture chamber. Boban can come over as Kawhi Leonard is kind of looking away, so he can kind of try to trap him, but Gasol is still out there, so you can only show for a little bit like he did. But the moves Kawhi did on this play, this is where it's like watching a robot. From the very beginning, he had great position on Tobias. One swipe through, jab step into a dribble, spin. Then, like I said, see, those are just Kawhi's moves to get into that lane, to get into the post. And once he gets anywhere in there and it's just you and him, that play is no longer up to you. Now, this play could easily be Kawhi's best play of the game. You see right here, he gets the rebound, again, going unimpeded to his spot. Now look at that, oh my goodness, the cross, he got James Ennis, the spin. I was out of my seat when this happened. Again, just another instance of him being a robot. It's like he just responds to whatever happens. He's not even controlling it. He just automatically responds to whatever happens. James Ennis tried to get him right here, tried to sneak him. Simple under the legs, to the right hand, cross, and then the spin on Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler, the renowned defender. There is a 9 out of 10 chance that Kawhi Leonard has given your favorite player buckets this season. This next one is called Basketball is Just Too Easy for Kawhi. So you see Ben Simmons trying to get something in transition right here. The layup does not go. He grabbed the rebound with one hand. That is the claw right there. A little skip, takes the hit. Could have been a foul. Probably not. Good, no call. And that shot right there was when I knew. Well, I said in the first quarter he was probably going for 40, but this shot right here, especially after the one-handed rebound, and to be able to just take that contact from Ben Simmons, that's not an easy task. Ben Simmons is a big dude. On some nights, might as well just be a power forward. Takes the hit and gathers it, collects the shot, and again, he's in that lane area, so like I said, it is over. That's a one-handed rebound and a really great contact gather shot in the same play. Basketball is entirely too easy for this guy. Kawhi's job is not to distribute, but he has a couple of plays like this where he just makes the game so easy for his teammates. So he's got Ben Simmons here. Look how he's drawing the defense. So many people are focused on him. Just being patient, denies the screen. Look at that, straight to Gasol. After denying the screen, got the ball to him. But look how easy he made this play for Gasol. This is just beauty. A couple of just basic dribbles on Ben Simmons here. But look how many people, once he beats Ben Simmons, are focused on him. First of all, everybody's eyes are turned to him. Everybody's eyes are turned to him. Joel Embiid and Jimmy Butler both commit to try to keep him out of the paint. And Ben Simmons never really quite picks up Gasol. So that's just a simple pass and a simple dunk. If he needed to distribute more, if that was his job, he very easily could. On this play, Kawhi is just going to read and react. Just like I said, it's a robot. Whatever basketball move needs to be made, that's what he does. Gets the screen right here, but Ben Simmons is going to pick him back up. The pump fake, oh yeah. Oh yeah. See, that's just a result of Ben Simmons knowing though that once Kawhi Leonard gets into that spot, and like I said, that extra high release. Well, actually, this is a little bit farther out than what I'm talking about. I'm normally talking about when he goes across the lane, but he's entirely capable of that shot too. But that would have been a tough contested shot. So like the robot he is, read and react, simple pump fake. And this is why I love his game, because everything about it is just simple things. You know, you watch some players and they're making all these different crosses and they're dribbling into nowhere and they're working really hard for their points. This is why you never know. I saw Shea Serrano, he's an author, and he tweeted like he watches Kawhi Leonard play and you never really know if he has 6 or 60 points. You never know, because everything he's doing is just very simple things. Nothing's really so flashy, but fundamentally it's beautiful. Now we're getting into even more simple things. This is just simply creating space right here. Give him a cross after the bump, wide open 3. Yep, he can do that too. And in the era where people say defense is dead, this is also why I enjoy Kawhi Leonard so much. Defense without fouling. Look at that. Let him get into the paint. Get it out of here. Leads to the Pascal Siakam dunk, and the game was basically over by that point. They hadn't completely taken off yet, but that's where they just secured the momentum, just kept the momentum. And that was just a beautiful defensive play. Kind of sunk back into the paint, and without reaching in or fouling him, at the very last second, the rejection. This is after, my bad, not after, this is during an elite night of offense. And this is the last play I will show here, because this is where I'm talking about him just making the game so easy for his teammates. He actually creates 2 opportunities here by drawing the defense in. Danny Green, wide open 3. But look, he created a couple of options here, again, just by using very basic moves. So As he dribbles into the paint, James Ennis closes in here because it's pretty clear that Jimmy Butler's about to give him whatever he wants. So with James Ennis closing in, you actually have Pascal Siakam over here on the wing, and if he was going to give it to Siakam, dude right here was probably going to rotate, which would have left Van Vliet open. If Tobias Harris comes over to Van Vliet, then Gasol is open in the paint. So that's all why Kawhi Leonard is standing right here. But he also drew Boban in because to negate James Ennis closing in on him, he just spun all the way on Jimmy Butler, pretty much got to the paint, but then there's Boban, and he had to come over too. He had to leave a sharpshooter wide open in the corner. So yeah, that's basically all I'm going to show here. Kawhi Leonard will play elite offense with some very basic and fundamental moves. Kawhi will play elite defense. Unfortunately, I would probably need the full game tape to show some of the defensive things he does, because it's not always just when he steals or blocks, obviously if you watch him, just the way he defends in general. And then he will also create for the team as well. He's not necessarily known for his assists or anything, but as you saw with that last play that I showed you, where he basically had 3 options there between, well, yeah, everybody was open. Everybody was going to be open as a result of him going into the paint. You were going to have Van Vliet in the corner, Siakam on the wing, Gasol could have been open, and then Green wound up open. So maybe not as many assists, but that right there just shows you why the Raptors are so damn good. Because on top of everything else he does, gravity is not a word that you hear a whole lot when talking about Kawhi, but clearly he has it. So yeah, I'm secretly a Kawhi Leonard stan. He fulfills a part of basketball that a lot of players don't. Like, I love watching KD, obviously, in a night where he just hit the Clippers for 50. And he got 50 the hard way, too. That was beautiful to watch. But it's also beautiful just to see these very fundamental moves breaking down pros. And, yeah, when I have children, Kawhi Leonard tape is how they will learn this game. Hit the like button, comment, and sub if you too stan Kawhi. And hit the bell next to my name if you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one.